All right, let's get right into it. We all know Apple loves to keep its secrets. But, every once in a while, a leak gives us a little peek behind that curtain. And today, we've got something special. A bunch of rumored specs that basically paint a roadmap for Apple's next few years. And believe me, it includes some of the biggest changes to the iPhone we have ever seen.
I mean, this has been the question for years, right? While other companies have been putting out their own foldables, everyone's been wondering, is Apple going to do it? Well, according to these latest reports, the answer seems to be a big, fat yes. And it's not just about the folding part.
So yeah, we're moving past just speculation now. These reports are giving this foldable future a name and even a timeline. Let's talk about the iPhone Fold.
And you know what makes this so juicy is where it's supposedly coming from. A detailed spec sheet, reportedly from Morgan Stanley, that suggests this is way past the rumor stage and into actual planning. And a 2026 launch? Wow, that's just a couple of years away.
But here's the thing. A folding screen might not even be the wildest part of this story. The real magic could be what Apple is planning to remove to make this whole thing work.
That's right. For years we've had the notch, and now we have the dynamic island. They're fine, but they're still interruptions, right? The dream has always been a true edge-to-edge all-screen experience, and the iPhone Fold might just be the first to actually deliver it.
So how do they pull this off? Well, it's a technology called an under-display camera, or UDC. Just imagine your front-facing camera completely vanishing into the pixels of the display until you actually need it. That is the key to a totally uninterrupted screen.
And this really shows you why it matters so much. On the left, that's what we have now, a cutout that, kind of breaks the immersion. On the right, that's the future, a completely seamless screen. For movies, for gaming, for pretty much anything. That is a massive step up.
But, as always with new tech, there's a catch. There are compromises, at least at first. According to this spec sheet, hiding all that tech under the screen means we might have to say goodbye to a few things we're used to. No Face ID, no dedicated telephoto zoom lens, and no time-of-flight sensor, which helps with stuff like portrait mode.
So, what do you get instead? Well, the report points to a pretty high-res 24-megapixel camera for those under-display selfies, and that's paired with a 48-megapixel ultra-wide on the back. It's a different approach to cameras, focusing on really high quality from 2 lenses instead of having 3.
Okay, so beyond the screen and the cameras, this leak gives us a surprisingly full picture of the hardware. Let's dig into the guts of this supposed iPhone Fold.
Just look at these specs for a second. A huge 7.8-inch inner display, that's basically a foldable iPad mini. A future A20 chip, 12 gigs of RAM, and a massive battery. I mean, these specs don't just put it on par with a Pro iPhone, they kind of push it into a whole new performance category.
And with that new category of performance, well, it comes with a new category of price. The rumored starting price is $2,000. No, that is not a typo. This positions the iPhone Fold not as a replacement for the Pro, but as something way, way more exclusive.
But hey, the roadmap doesn't just stop in 2026, not by a long shot. The same sources are pointing to another absolutely revolutionary leap, this time for the whole iPhone lineup, and it's all about the camera.
So you can kind of see the story Apple's telling here. 2026 seems to be all about the form factor, the fold, the under-display camera. But just 1 year later, in 2027, the focus shifts to a massive, fundamental jump in pure image quality.
So what's the secret sauce? It's a technology called LOFIC. I know, it sounds super technical, but what it does is actually pretty easy to understand. Think about taking a photo of a sunset, right? Either the sky looks great and the ground is black, or you can see the ground and the sky is just a washed-out white blob. LOFIC is designed to fix that, capturing all those details in one perfectly balanced shot.
And this chart, this really puts the improvement into perspective. Dynamic range is measured in stops. Current iPhones are already excellent, at about 13 stops. But the rumored iPhone 20 with LOFIC could hit 20 stops. That isn't just better. That's a monumental leap. It pushes a phone's camera into territory that was once just for professional cinema gear.
And that's not me exaggerating. The report specifically says this would allow iPhones to achieve parity with high-end cinema-quality cameras. Just think about that for a second. The videos and photos you could take with a device that fits in your pocket would be on a completely different level.
Okay, so we've got a foldable future and the cinematic camera on the horizon.
Let's pull all this together and talk about what this whole secret roadmap could actually mean for us.
All right, so here's the bottom line. A foldable iPhone is probably coming, but it's going to have a seriously premium price tag. The dream of a true all-screen iPhone is getting so much closer, but it might mean giving up things like Face ID, at least for a little while. And maybe most excitingly, a revolutionary upgrade to camera quality seems to be coming for everyone in 2027.
And that leaves us with one really big question, doesn't it? With a $2,000 foldable, is Apple trying to tell us something? Are we watching the birth of a new Ultra category? A tier of device that's so far beyond Pro that it completely redefines the top of the market. It's definitely something to think about as we watch this all unfold.